Your choice to protect your peace and prioritize your well-being deeply reflects alignment with your core values, principles that not only shape your identity, but also guide your entire life. These values, unique to each person, are formed through personal experiences and beliefs. As we evolve, the importance of these values may change depending on the context in which we find ourselves. This evolution, often subtle, is what allows us to grow and adapt to changes on our spiritual journey. When you began to honor your values and recognize what truly matters to you, it naturally caused discomfort among those who were accustomed to your old behaviors. As human beings, we tend to cling to what is familiar, even if it means staying in situations that no longer resonate with who we truly are. The negative reactions, the rumors, and the attempts to distance themselves from you are clear signs that your decision to live according to your values has disrupted their comfort. These reactions, however painful they may seem at the moment, are indicators that you are on the right path. After all, true transformation rarely occurs without some degree of resistance, whether internal or external. As you moved away from what no longer resonated with your essence, you may have felt deep loneliness or a sense of loss. This is natural, as the journey of self-discovery and realignment with your values often requires leaving behind people and situations that were once integral parts of your life. However, it is important to remember that this transitional phase is only temporary. The void left by these people or situations will gradually be filled with new relationships and opportunities that are more aligned with your true essence. They believed they could anticipate your steps and control the outcomes, assuming everything would follow a predictable pattern. However, you prove that you are capable of exceeding expectations, creating a new reality. Just like a tree that, even after being pruned, grows more vigorously and bears even more abundant fruit, you become stronger with each challenge overcome. Light is intangible. Can one hold light? No, and that is your true nature. You are made of light. Therefore, nothing they do can really harm you. Your luminous essence remains intact and firm. Chosen ones, we are in the process of remembering who we truly are. Each of us is rediscovering our true essence. The difficulties you faced in recent years were essential lessons for this moment. Now we are united to live a time of greatness. This greatness is available to you now. It is time to embrace it. We all have the ability to transform reality and the timeline simply by being true to our essence. They did not foresee this. They tried to achieve perfection, but perfection is a mirage. Something unattainable. Everything else is an illusion. Emotions like sadness or anger often arise as signals that our values are not being respected. This internal disconnection can be a powerful guide to realign us with what is most important to us. Your decision to realign with your values, even if it means distancing yourself from certain people, was a necessary step to preserve your inner peace. This realignment is not only an act of self-care, but also an act of self-knowledge. It is the recognition that you deserve to live a life that is in total congruence with your deepest values. The process of prioritizing your well-being reflects a deep understanding that living in harmony with your values is essential, even if it causes discomfort in others. You realize that your inner peace is priceless, and that to maintain it, it is necessary to set clear boundaries. These boundaries, although often misunderstood by others, are fundamental to protecting your energy and ensuring that you can continue to grow and evolve spiritually. Now, those who once took advantage of your kindness are disturbed because you are no longer willing to compromise your values for them. They may spread distorted stories or try to bring you down, but these actions only highlight the discomfort they feel in the face of the strength and self-awareness you have gained. The metaphor of gold being refined in fire applies here. The difficulties you have faced, have served to purify and strengthen what is most valuable within you. By recognizing and honoring your values, you have taken a powerful step towards personal growth. Your decision to live authentically and protect your energy reflects a deep understanding of your worth and the importance of staying true to yourself. This process of personal evolution is similar to that of biblical figures like Joseph and David, who faced great adversity but emerged stronger due to their faith and perseverance. Just like Joseph, who was betrayed and sold into slavery, but ended up becoming the second most powerful man in Egypt, or David, who defeated Goliath with faith and a simple stone, you too have demonstrated an inner strength that surprised those who underestimated you. Those who now react with discomfort to your growth did not realize that just like gold refined in fire, you were shaped to withstand the fiercest storms. Your resilience is comparable to that of Noah, who, even under mockery and disbelief, persevered in building the ark and saved his family and God's creation. Your essence is indestructible, and those who tried to bring you down are now disturbed to see that, even after all their attacks, you remain as firm as a rock, unwavering in your faith and in the purposes entrusted to you. However, just as Jesus taught not to worry about tomorrow's concerns, your focus should be on the peace that comes from your connection with the sacred, not on the malicious intentions of others. The energies that try to manipulate you, like the temptations Jesus faced in the desert, have no power over you. This analogy serves to remind you that, just like Jesus, you too can overcome trials with the strength that comes from faith and trust in the divine purpose for your life. The spiritual journey you are on is similar to that of Paul, who abandoned his past as a persecutor to become an apostle. He left behind everything that no longer contributed to his mission, and so did you, breaking away from everything that no longer serves your spiritual growth. Your journey is like that of Moses leading the people through the desert, determined to reach the promised land. And like him, you know that true peace lies in obeying the divine call, in standing firm in faith, and in moving forward without allowing negative opinions or actions to divert you from the greater purpose that God has for your life. For those who are coming here for the first time, it is essential to understand that the messages shared in this space are inspired by a higher force, which speaks through those who are in tune to guide those in need of guidance. These words are the result of deep study and meditation, providing a solid foundation of wisdom and understanding, so that everyone can find the right path in their journeys. This connection with the divine is what guides and strengthens us, especially in times of adversity. An essential point to be addressed is the need to release everything that weighs on your heart, such as grudges, frustrations, and hurts. These emotions do not favor your development, and now is the time to leave them in the past. Carrying these emotions is like trying to cross a river with stones in your pockets. They pull you down, making progress more difficult and painful. Today is a new opportunity to get rid of what no longer contributes to your journey and embrace what is positive and genuine. It is natural that, when starting this process of liberation, some people around you may become uncomfortable. This happens because you have decided that you will no longer allow things to affect you in the same way. You are no longer willing to exhaust yourself trying to please everyone, nor to maintain relationships that only drain your energy. Now, these people are dissatisfied because you have begun to see your true worth. Imagine, for example, that you always sacrificed yourself at work, taking on extra tasks, but without receiving the deserved recognition. Suddenly, you realize that you were giving more than you were receiving, and by deciding not to accept this anymore, those who benefited from your willingness become irritated. This dissatisfaction reveals a pattern that you broke by prioritizing yourself. When you distance yourself from people who only drain your energy, they lose the control they had over you. This control was often maintained through emotional manipulation and unrealistic expectations. Now that you are focused on protecting your inner peace, these people feel threatened because they can no longer predict your movements or manipulate your actions. This kind of change can generate unexpected reactions. Some people may try to blame you, saying that you have become selfish or that you have changed for the worse. They do not understand that by putting yourself first, you are not being selfish, but rather exercising the necessary self-care to continue evolving. Imagine a scenario where you used to say yes to all family demands, always sacrificing your personal time. Now that you have decided to say no to protect your mental health, these same people may try to manipulate you emotionally, trying to make you revert to your old behavior. However, by making this conscious choice to preserve your energy and peace, you are creating space for new and healthier connections to enter your life. You begin to attract people who respect your boundaries and recognize your worth. For example, by distancing yourself from colleagues who constantly overloaded you, you may find that there are others who appreciate and recognize your contribution, creating a more collaborative and balanced environment. This transformation also reveals that you do not need to explain or justify your choices to those who do not understand your journey. Those who become uncomfortable or resentful of your silence are showing that they may never have truly cared about your well-being. They were more interested in what they could get from you. By no longer sharing your plans and decisions, you take away their ability to predict your movements and manipulate your actions. This process of detachment can be difficult at first, especially if you are used to pleasing others. But it is through this journey of self-knowledge and personal strengthening that you prepare yourself to receive greater blessings. By letting go of what no longer serves you, you make room for what really matters: inner peace, true relationships, and spiritual growth. This is the true purpose of your journey: to grow, evolve, and get closer to your authentic self, which is guided by divine light. God is showing you that it is not exactly the people who turn against you, but the negative influences that surround and direct them. Many of these people are under the control of external forces that make them act destructively without them realizing it. They are so involved in darkness that they do not realize they are being manipulated by forces that do not wish you well. Remember when you allowed these people back into your life. They hurt you again, reopening wounds you were trying to heal. They devalued you, ignored you, and played with your emotions, being unstable and unpredictable in their attitudes. This caused you deep pain, diverting you from the path you were trying to follow. Just like Joseph in Egypt, you found yourself betrayed by those who should support you and needed to rise again, rebuild your life, and start over. But now you have finally said enough and decided to break this cycle, which has disturbed these people. For a long time they pretended to be your friends, appearing to be on your side, but in reality, they just wanted to keep you trapped, without growth, without evolution. They can be compared to the false prophets mentioned in the Bible, who disguise themselves as sheep, but are actually wolves ready to attack. Now realizing they no longer have control over you, they feel threatened. However, your freedom and peace, like that of Daniel in the lion's den, are worth more than any negative opinion they may have about you. By deciding to distance yourself from these people and protect your soul, you demonstrate the strength you have acquired over time. They may try to pull you back, just as the Israelites in the desert wanted to return to Egypt, but your faith and determination are your greatest weapons. You are no longer at the mercy of manipulations, and this makes them insecure because they can no longer predict your movements or influence your decisions. Remember that this struggle is spiritual, and that your victory depends on your firmness in faith. Every step you take toward inner peace is like the steps of Jesus in the desert, overcoming temptations and remaining firm in his mission. Do not let the voices of those who want to see you fall divert you from the purpose that God has for you. The Bible is full of examples of people who faced similar challenges, like David before Goliath, and won because they trusted God above all. These people are false, often pretending to be something they are not. They project an image of goodness and altruism in public, while behind the scenes they act selfishly and maliciously. This dissonance only reveals their true nature to those who have eyes to see. They are selfish and vengeful. When they feel they have lost control over you, they resort to acts of retaliation, trying to cause pain and suffering as a way to punish your independence and strength. However, these attacks only highlight their own weakness and hopelessness. These people feed on chaos and disorder, creating conflicts and disharmony around them to feel powerful. They try to isolate you from your loved ones and any source of support, believing that this way they can weaken your position. But every attempt they make only strengthens your bonds with those who really matter. In the end, all these experiences serve as spiritual training for you. These people are extremely negative, always finding flaws in others and never satisfied with anything. They constantly make derogatory comments, undermining your self-esteem and trying to make you believe that you are never good enough. Moreover, they are relentless, rarely offering support or encouragement. They are always ready to point out your mistakes and failures, but never acknowledge your efforts or achievements. This behavior creates a toxic and suffocating environment where it is difficult to find motivation or hope. These people are also highly jealous, unable to celebrate the success of others. Instead, they feel envy and anger when they see someone prosper, and often try to sabotage others' opportunities to feel superior. They are cold and distant, showing a total lack of warmth. Their interactions are mechanical and devoid of true emotional connection. This makes you feel isolated and devalued, as if your emotions do not matter. They are extremely authoritarian, imposing their opinions and decisions without considering the feelings or perspectives of others. They believe they know what is best for everyone and do not accept questioning or disobedience. However, the story of Joseph in the Bible is a perfect example of how God can use even the malicious intentions of others for a greater good. His brothers sold him into slavery out of jealousy and malice. But this ended up leading Joseph to Egypt, where he became a powerful figure and saved many during a great famine. What his brothers planned for evil, God turned into something good. You reached a point of exhaustion, trying to keep everything in order, while dealing with people who manipulated your emotions, exploiting your feelings to gain an advantage. These people know exactly how to provoke reactions in you, creating chaotic and conflicting situations to destabilize your balance and maintain control over you. They are extremely competitive, turning even the most insignificant issues into disputes, always trying to outdo you. Instead of collaborating and offering support, they are constantly looking for ways to undermine your achievements, seeing every interaction as an opportunity to assert superiority. They are distrustful, unable to fully trust anyone, which creates an environment of constant tension, making it difficult to form genuine relationships. With selfish attitudes, they prioritize their own interests above all else, ignoring the feelings and well-being of others, focusing only on how they can benefit from each situation. Their cruelty often manifests in insults and humiliations, intended to diminish your self-esteem and reaffirm the sense of power they believe they possess. Now these same people are feeling the absence of the energy and light you once radiated. They are uncomfortable because, for a long time, they had access to your life, your heart, your resources, and now they have been deprived of it. You are no longer willing to sacrifice your tranquility and vitality for those who do not recognize the value of what you offer. And while this has caused discontent, it is part of your process of self-appreciation and growth. All this negativity, however, has only served to strengthen you. Just like Job, who went through great trials, you found strength and resilience in adversity. Job lost everything, but his faith and perseverance were rewarded, and he was blessed with more than he had before. These people, in their arrogance, underestimated the depth of your resilience and the divine protection that surrounds you. They believe they can continue manipulating, but they are merely pieces in a greater plan of God, designed to elevate you to the place you are due. These experiences revealed the dormant potential within you, awakening skills and wisdom that were hidden. On your journey, you may question why God allows certain difficulties. The truth is that He wants you to discover who you really are. Under intense pressure, something inside you needs to be activated, and God allows these situations so that you can assume your true calling. Consider the example of Joseph in Egypt. Betrayed by his brothers, he faced great challenges as a slave. But God allowed this so that Joseph could save his family and many others from famine. Just like Joseph, you may be going through trials now, but know that God has a greater purpose. Another example is Moses, who was chosen by God to free the Israelites from slavery. Despite the obstacles and Pharaoh's resistance, Moses fulfilled his destiny with divine help. Likewise, you may be called to overcome significant challenges to fulfill your divine purpose. Today, people are beginning to realize the truth. Your allies are stronger than ever. They recognize your light and are preparing for events that have never happened before. Those who do not live authentically, like the false prophets mentioned by Jesus, will not be satisfied. But you, chosen one, are being prepared for something extraordinary. They never imagined you would go this far. They made a grave mistake in underestimating you, for you have the power to shape reality in ways they could never predict. Continue preserving your energy, caring for your mind, promoting your healing, advancing in your growth, and being kind. Let these people face their own inner challenges and find their own path of evolution. It is essential to understand and recognize the priceless value of each person who shares this journey with you. Each of you brings something unique and special to this path, and I could not be more grateful for all the support I have received. The donations, the comments, the shares, all these gestures are more than simple actions. They are expressions of a deep bond that unites us. The connection we have created is truly precious. It is not something that can be forced or superficially maintained, but something that grows and flourishes through love, understanding, and mutual respect. This journey is not just mine, it is ours, and the path we are walking together is full of opportunities for growth and spiritual evolution. Every step we take is a reflection of our joint dedication to what we believe to be important and sacred. I feel immensely grateful to have each of you by my side during this phase of our lives. The support you offer not only strengthens me, but also enriches the experience for all of us. Knowing that we are together, facing challenges, celebrating victories, and learning from each other brings me a deep sense of gratitude and responsibility. Therefore, I ask that we remain firm in our purposes. Protect your energy wisely, care for your hearts with kindness, and never stop allowing the light of what is sacred to shine in your lives. This light, which comes from our connection with the divine, is what guides and strengthens us, especially in times of adversity. Together, we are stronger, and this strength will allow us to overcome any obstacle and reach heights that once seemed unattainable. May we continue on this journey with faith, love, and a deep gratitude for all that we are building together.